It's crazy, self-absorbed, and dangerous.
Sarah is paranoid, distrustful, and passive-aggressive.
This field right over here is the place where I first met Sarah.
This bitch lives in a field. You know this is gonna be a good one. Booyah, boys and girls. You're about to see some crazy fucking lady. Make sure you subscribe for more videos like this.
I invited her to come to church with us that Sunday. I helped Sarah to get into a homeless shelter, but when she needed to have foot surgery,
what the fuck was that?
I invited Sarah to move into our home so that I could help take care of her.
Alright, well that was your first mistake. Like, you met this bitch in a tent. You probably shouldn't bring her home. I mean, that's just usually my rule of thumb, but I mean, you do you, sister.
This is the couch where Sarah stayed. I helped her to
Oh, you better
to the
burn that
bathroom
fucking couch.
and for showering. As soon as she got her walking boot on, we asked her to spend her nights in here.
Damn,
She's included
boy,
in
she
all of
really
our family
fucked up that
meals.
free ride. That thing
Church
was
with us.
fully loaded.
When Sarah started watching our family dynamic, she really started to turn on us.
Sarah
That bitch got a
accused
phone.
us of starvation,
Holy
sexual
cow.
abuse, and neglect.
Man, he looks really distraught. Like she just went to the dark side right before his very eyes.
My fiance and I fell on hard times and we lost
Like,
our
what are hard times? Like, did your fucking meth lab burn down? Like, what happened?
home. I actually left and found myself living on the street with him where we had no money and a tent. In order to stay sober, I knew I needed to leave my fiance and get off the streets.
In order to stay sober? Like, you got problems. Like, who are you judging right now?
I had been living in a field for about a month before I met Brooke.
Seems
There was a
legit.
homeless camp, and I had gone over and invited them to join us for church.
I was journaling in my tent,
Shit, she was journaling. She was smoking crack in that tent or something. Oh my god.
asking God for direction, what I
I want to see that journal. I don't believe it. I'm sorry.
should do.
So when she heard me invite them, that's when she popped out of her tent
Hell yeah, she popped out of that tent. She was like, free food? Hell yeah.
and said, "What did you say?"
I felt like it was a sign from God. Eventually, I moved in with Brooke and her family. After living there, I became totally concerned about the welfare of their 7 children. The children in the home often skip meals. Nobody watches them and they play on their electronics all day long.
What bubble is she living in? Like, this is every home ever. Like, get with it.
Most of Jason and Brooke's children have issues with fetal alcohol syndrome and mental problems.
Mental problems. Girl, you got mental problems. Like, chill.
And we sit down and we
Oh,
go
that
through our
smug
favorite
face,
parts
dude.
of the day at the dinner table.
Go back to your
And then
tent.
we shut the electronics off. And
Can we
we
put
go
the gloves
and we
on and let
shower
these girls
and
go
we
at it?
snuggle
Like,
and we watch
goddamn.
TV
My money's
together.
on red.
And we repeat it the next day. That's normal. That's healthy. That's appropriate. And my children function at the highest levels that they are capable of, and it's because they are loved and they are stable.
Get
and you have no
spit roasted.
right to come into my home as a guest
Get back to the
tell
streets.
me that my
You street
children
rat.
are being neglected.
Gratitude for the fact that they did open their home to you.
Absolutely, and I've expressed my gratitude all the time.
Calling protective services really is a sign of great
I
gratitude.
thought that
You see that face? That's a get wrecked face. Because she just destroyed her.
I was doing what
But
I
you
did
said
what I
that.
thought was right, and I still think I'm right.
But you also said that not only did they neglect their children, they also neglected you.
Yeah, for 3 days they left me there, and during the day they would actually, like, Brooke would sleep in. I'd have to, majority of the time I would be getting meals on my own, like in the kitchen on crutches, getting everything.
These people let you into their home. And you were living in a tent. And you're bitching right now? Like, oh my god.
It's not that I was expecting more, it's just that I didn't expect it that way. Okay.
I love this bitch please face. She's like, did you want me to like bring you breakfast on a silver platter and wipe your ass and like what else could I have done for you? Like, bitch, please.
We planned this
You were
time.
living in a tent.
I'm fine with living in a tent.
And they brought
I
you
would
into their
much
home and
rather
you're
live in a
saying that she
tent
wasn't
than live
waiting on
somewhere
you
where
enough?
Right, Phil? That's what I'm saying. I mean, you said it much nicer, but like that's just not how I say it.
No, it's not that she's not waiting on me enough. It's okay.
No, that's what you said
It's
though.
not that she's not waiting on me enough. It's that if you plan something with somebody, you stick through it and you actually do what might be considered like, you know, acceptable. Putting somebody in a kitchen by themselves with crutches, it was really difficult. That's all I'm saying. I never said, oh, I know.
But you said that wasn't the deal that was made.
Well,
You said she
maybe
was.
it wasn't what I was expecting, and that's fine. Like, I am very
Okay, but
grateful.
do you still believe that this child is being molested?
No, and that's the thing. I didn't know if it was molestation. That's what I even tried to explain to them, and I explained to DCS too. When you look up the signs on Google, it actually...
She looked it up on Google. Shit, dude, every time I look something on Google, Google says I'm gonna die. Google thinks I'm gonna die. But yeah. You looked it up on Google.
Actually says bedwetting.
She doesn't bedwet.
Wetting yourself. I'm sorry, and it's so normal that your child wets herself and you're acknowledgeful of it, and you're just like, oh, she'll take care of it. She's 5.
Actually, when children are being potty trained, one of the most effective ways...
Are you being potty trained
Excuse
at 5?
me, my turn. When
No.
children are being potty trained, one of the most effective ways to get them to understand that there's a consequence to their action is to allow them to clean up their spills. So when she had accidents at the age of 3, I taught her how to put it into the laundry room and deal with it. And guess what? We never have a problem with it. And when we do, she is self-sufficient, that she knows how to take care of herself.
Where does she spend most of her time?
We need to clarify something here.
Where does she spend
This
most
needs
of
to
her
be
time?
said.
It's
Sarah,
not even in your house with you, it's with her grandmother.
Sarah, shut the fuck up, Sarah.
You don't even know what's
we
going
need
on
to
in
clarify
your house.
something
You know
here.
how many people come in and out of
You
your house
are
every day and it doesn't
acting.
even bother you?
You are acting
Property.
like
Okay,
our
you too.
child wets herself every single day.
One time.
We're talking about one time. You're building
You know
a
what's
church
funny,
on
though, is
one time.
When
Are
I
you
prayed
kidding?
when I prayed about it, Brooke, when I was like, God, am I seeing the right thing? It was almost immediately after that when you were like, she doesn't wet herself. She doesn't wet herself.
What was this bitch praying about? Was she like praying that this girl was gonna wet herself, like she wanted to happen?
Said she doesn't bedwet.
You said she doesn't wet
Because
herself.
that's a symptom that can be associated.
Always wetting yourself during the day. Yes.
One time.
Wetting yourself. One time. Just like they only didn't eat breakfast 2 times, but yet you're not up in the morning to clarify that.
This bitch
There are
is
12
so annoying.
that can get a
about your
granola bar and a
5-year-old?
banana and a yogurt, and I'm not
Or
going to
your
sit on her and
9,
shove oatmeal
10,
down her face.
your
She's
10,
12.
Okay, well, what about your 10, 11-year-old? Who's making lunch for your daughter? You have the little kids making the younger kids lunch. You have your
Well, I
grandmother
didn't eat
making
breakfast for a
What are
decade.
you
I don't-
doing? Right? What are you doing for them?
Right.
Other than buying them things.
Let me, you know
You
what?
can't
I want to
buy
answer that question.
emotions.
Let me answer that question. That was an excellent question. What are we doing? What we are doing is we are teaching our kids how to be self-sufficient. We are teaching our kids how to problem solve. We are teaching our kids how to love people and how to help people who aren't as fortunate as we are. That is what we are teaching our kids.
Fucking wrecked, bitch. What do you guys make of all this, honestly? Like, if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, all that good shit for more videos. Alright, I'm out.